Can we say what you do for a living or not?
Yeah.
So you're a teacher. What's happening at the
I'm a
moment
high
with the
school
teaching?
teacher. Yeah, teaching's a bit weird at the moment, eh? We're still forced to go to school.
Mate, I'm 26 years old and I still can't work out how to drink a fucking coffee. But I tell you what, Cafe Lombardi, the best coffee in town, ladies and gentlemen. Get onto it immediately.
Incredible.
Best sponsor getting around. Schools.
Yeah, no, it's a weird time. Unlike anything that we've ever experienced in schools, I've only been teaching for like how long? Maybe 6 years nearly, and it's nothing like we've ever seen. And we've never had this time where we've had to teach from home. We're literally at home on computers, and then coming into school with the little amount of kids that are left that have to come in, whose parents are working in the health industry and just literally can't stay home, and we have to go in and teach them, and then teach the kids that are at home as well.
So do you have any? Oh, so you're teaching kids at home as well. So you're recording lessons, are you?
No, we haven't yet, but it'll get to that point.
That's the plan, sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's something that we've never done before, and it's going to start opening up this to be a new style of teaching after this, I think, because they're going to see how easy it is. It's going to be the one time where teachers may be seen as redundant. We won't be needed anymore. So teaching used to be the profession where you'd think it's the one thing that you need. If teachers are something that will never go out of date. And now they're going, well, look how easy it is to teach from home, and now the kids are learning from home. So
I mean, I think obviously there's a lot of benefits from being in a social environment like that, but also if you're a kid living out in the bush, you should have access to the best teachers. And I'm by no means saying you're a good teacher, but what I am saying is we don't want to go out on a limb and say things we can't back up. You want to be able to provide that child with the best possible education, and that's the best thing about things like YouTube and what they're doing now is there are a lot of university professors and teachers out there who will provide expert analysis on several different topics through the internet, and I think that's so good for young people. I mean, I remember when I was going through maybe year 12 or maybe even year 10, and there was a website called the Khan Academy. It was a YouTube page rather, and he explained things like trigonometry and stuff in ways that teachers hadn't done before. And I just found that so fascinating to think that, okay, it's not so much the subject that's being taught here, but the teacher is either struggling, or me as a student or someone who's trying to take in that knowledge, perhaps I'm not learning the way that everyone else is. As Littlefoot joins us in the studio. G'day, mate.
Okay.
What are you doing? Sniffing my knees. But yeah, I just think it's really interesting times for teachers and that. Do you think they should shut schools?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I understand how the reasoning behind it. And there's always two sides to each argument. And I'm in no way a professional about, I don't know,
anything.
I'm a professional teacher, but I in no way understand politics or understand the economy. Do you know what I mean? So there's no I only know what I know and what I've been exposed to. So I don't know. They should close it purely because it was week 8 last week, so a couple of weeks to go. Just for the sake of not spreading and flattening the curve, just close them down. They can, even if they don't do any work at home.
I get it from the point of your teacher your kids might have a parent who is a doctor or is a nurse or is someone who has to work in the healthcare industry. And that makes sense. Obviously that makes sense. You need to be able to go to work. Like, what are you going to do with your kids?
But what do they do in the holidays?
That's a good point. What do they do in the holidays?
Like everyone, I know it's hard to say.
When is holidays? That's coming up?
Yeah, so in 2 weeks. So it's 2 weeks we got left of school.
Yeah, what do you do in the holidays? And that's another thing about because kids are the ones who aren't presenting symptoms. They're asymptomatic. And they're the ones who are going around. And you're going to see kids during this time. They're going to be out kicking the footy. They're going to be out riding bikes and shit. And is that what people want?
Yeah, well, the problem is kids don't understand they don't understand. They're not looking for information. They're not trying to learn a lot about it.
They're not on Twitter every morning. They don't want to
understand it. They think, oh, I'm not,
It doesn't.
I'm not at
affect
greater risk, so it's not going to affect me. And even know that it can affect other people and it can affect old people. They just don't care. They're just teenagers.
Well, when we were kids, we were just.
I would have been the same. Yeah,
it wouldn't have
well, it's
mattered.
not going to affect me, or they haven't seen something at this level either. So they don't know what it's like. If it was like in the 1940s or whatever, and there was a war, and they were seeing it every day for 3 years, then of course they would react differently. But it's something that
if this happens, if this continues, rather than for 3
Yeah.
months, it continues for 3 years.
Yeah.
Then okay, people grow up with it; they're used to it.